All right, I am sitting with Phoenix QRF. So guys, tell me about yourselves. Start left to right, I guess.
Okay. My name's Jake Firstegg, Army veteran, 11 years served. You want to know what I did or?
Just a little bit about yourself, you know, if you like. Favorite color or whatever. I'm just kidding. I can edit that out.
I like fishing, hunting, fly tying, fly fishing, jumping out of airplanes. It's always fun. I did that with the military. Served most of my 11 years with the 75th Ranger Regiment. I've been overseas. I like the mountains. I'm originally from California.
What part?
Southern. Riverside.
Riverside? Yeah, I know there.
I'm sorry.
I was there for 2 years.
I am so sorry.
We called it the Riverside Nightlight when the helicopter was out with the shining, you know.
Yeah, it was nightly. I remember that growing up. I've been in Idaho for almost 14 years now.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been with Phoenix QRF since its beginning in 2016.
What does QRF stand for?
Quick Response Force.
Okay.
It's the acronym we used in the military, being deployed overseas. There's always a small branch or a small unit of men, women, sitting on standby waiting for the call for a unit that's in crisis outside the wire, where it's unsafe if they become overrun or they have accidents, things break down. Quick Reaction Force shows up to help save the day.
Mm-hmm.
Make everything better.
Nice, nice. All right, next.
Well, my name's Jesse Williams. I served a little over 10 years, U.S. Army. Medically retired. Had a rather unfortunate event. My third tour in Iraq. Lost about 44% of my skull and a third of my brain. I originally grew up in Washington State, so I'm a transplant to Idaho. I've been here since 2012 and also been a member of Phoenix since the founding in 2016. Other than now doing this, I'm also a volunteer firefighter.
Awesome. Nice, nice. Next.
My name is Roy Miller, U.S. Navy, joined in 88, met discharged in 97. I've served several different bases overseas, participated in Operation Desert Storm, Desert Shield, Restore Hope. Joined Phoenix 2016, 17, and went from not having much to do to I got a purpose in my life.
Awesome. All right, guys. So what is Phoenix QRF? What's its purpose, its mission? What has it done in the past?
The big part of that one, I guess, start with the reason we chose the name Phoenix QRF for referencing the mythological beast. It's went through the fire, came out stronger than before, and that's how we like to view ourselves. We've been through absolute nightmares, and instead of letting those situations destroy us, they've made us stronger, given us a base of reference that we can draw on in order to help our brothers and sisters in arms. So what happened was initially we had a young lady that is an Army veteran, was seeing a lot of Iraq, Afghanistan era vets just kind of floating in the area, not really having any sense of community or anything binding them with anybody else. And so she started a coffee group. So we'd hang out, have coffee, be able to just kind of rebuild some of that camaraderie that we had thought we had lost when we got out. We started seeing issues though. We were having, right here in this area, having our friends die due to suicide. I lost 6 buddies in theater to combat casualties, and so far I've lost 6 buddies to suicide, including one who was hired in the same class as I was at the fire department. unfortunately took his life in 2015. It's real and it's here, and there were a lot of issues at play with that. The VA had a crisis line, a suicide crisis line that could be called, but about that time, over 50,000 calls went to voicemail and were never returned. And usually, when you make that call, you're trying to get somebody to convince you not to. That's when it goes to voicemail. A lot of times, that was the last straw, and those veterans unfortunately took their lives. We can't fix the big VA, but we can take care of things at our level. So what we started doing was trying to address the issues as we saw them, and a big part of it was many of us are catastrophically wounded but surviving. So we receive Social Security, VA, disability compensation, and we don't have to necessarily work. And so we're able to live at a reasonable standard of living just inside our house. But now we've lost all of our support structure that we had when we were in. So now we get stuck into a cycle of self-destruction by isolating from other people, isolating from family, friends, and basically our emotional states go out of control. We start to convince ourselves that we don't have a mission anymore. We don't have a purpose. And that's a big part of why many of us take our lives. The goal of Phoenix is get people out of their houses and out of their heads. And so a lot of that just comes down to, honestly, to be perfectly honest, a lot of what we do is have fun. We'll go out and we'll go camping, we'll go fishing, we'll have barbecues, we'll have activities and events. But it's to have that camaraderie. It's to have your brothers and sisters that you can lean on when you need. We all have bad days, but we don't have the same bad day at the same time. If I need, I can lean on Jake, and I can lean on Roy, and when they're having bad days, they can lean on me, and together we're stronger than when we were alone. So we get people out of their houses. We use counseling, community service, getting fun kind of recreational activities, family, to try to give people a sense of community and a sense of worth and value. Despite being broken, you still have an enormous amount of value. Big part that we look at is family as a pillar of strength. So spouses and children are welcome. Excuse me. And when you're giving, when you're doing a community service event, you're receiving a lot more than you're actually putting out when you're doing that. We've helped a Vietnam veteran build a house 2 years ago. Yep. And here just a couple weeks ago, we had an elderly gentleman that was having difficulties getting out of his home. So we were able to build him 2 sets of stairs that met code. So he had accessibility to get in and out of his home. We built wheelchair ramps for people that are disabled and in wheelchairs. We try to do what we can to help others in the community. And in the meantime, we're having fun. We're having a good time. And when we're done, I feel like I made a difference. I can feel good about what I did. And in the meantime, rebuilding these friendships and these bonds, I wouldn't have met either of these guys if it wasn't for this, for Phoenix and this group. And so through this, now I can and have frequently called or just gone to their house and just talked to them when I've got something big going on in my life. And it's been the same in reverse. So we're able to take care of each other, and this gives us a mission, it gives us a purpose. So that's, in a nutshell, what Phoenix does. I guess one component to that also is we have a lot of our members who choose not to drink, and we want to support them in that. So everything that Phoenix does is dry. All of our activities are alcohol and drug free, and we support each other in that.
Well, great. It feels like I'm sitting before giants. Much respect. Much respect. I am glad what you're doing here. Where do you see yourself? How do you see yourself in 5, 10 years? Like, where do you want to go with this?
There's a lot of different things that we're looking at and trying to be able to grow. Uh, One of the things we've had a ton of interest, especially down the Pocatello area, of opening a second chapter down there. And so we're looking at being able to branch out and open additional chapters in other communities to help other veterans. We would like eventually to be able to, well, have a home. We've been very fortunate. The Boy Scouts of America have allowed us the use of this facility, and that's been incredibly appreciated. Uh, but eventually, we would like to have our own our own structure that we can have run as a headquarters. Uh, One of the eventual goals is also to hire full-time staff as far as counselors and folks that have the education and the experience to be able to provide um, access to resources that we don't have yet.
And yeah, your location is at the old Boy Scout building here in Idaho Falls. Do you have other ways of contact, like phone numbers, websites,
And
Facebook?
we do. We have Facebook, just Phoenix QRF. We have a website which is phoenixqrf.org. We have a duty phone that we pass between us and is monitored 24 hours a day. And the number for that is 208 351 5410.
You can call that number 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Somebody's always going to answer the phone.
And that's one of the other components. What we do is we also utilize that as a crisis line. So if a veteran, or more typically if a family member of a veteran calls about a vet in crisis, at least two of us will respond, go on scene with them, de-escalate the situation, and help get them plugged in with the resources they need to so that they don't make that ultimate final choice.
So you're based in Idaho Falls. How far branching do you go or have you gone?
Really, it's been mostly here in the local area, out as far as St. Anthony. Uh, we've been making contacts with others in other communities. We're again looking to be able to expand out, but realistically, it's primarily the Bonneville County area.
Okay. So since we've met, we've actually, Jesse and I've met, wow, probably, what was that, 6, 8 months ago? It was last year, with a local community,
Exchange Club.
yeah, the Exchange Club for the Ammon. And we touched bases, and since then, Proxy has been up and running, and we were able to meet up again and help each other out. So with that said, how do you think that Proxy Score could help you in your mission?
One of the really big things that we're looking for is public awareness. I can't help a veteran that doesn't know we exist, doesn't know about the crisis line. If they don't know we're here, we can't help them. So that's a major component, is getting the word out that we exist, we're here, we're a resource, utilize us. Also, we are entirely self-funded, and of course we have pretty reasonable operating costs, and I mean, by and large, it's come out of our pockets, and we are also trying to look at ways to generate some donation revenue. We are a 501c3 nonprofit corporation, so all donations are tax deductible.
Anyone with the sound of my voice, if you are a grant writer, if you have any experience in, I guess you say, operational marketing, help let's get a hold of these guys here at Phoenix QRF, and let's help them out. Don't be shy if you make websites, if you are a community organizer, if you want to help do a fundraiser to help them out, or even come to their organization and swing a hammer, pick up garbage, trash, maybe even bring food to some of these vets that may be hurting. Maybe they're are going through a surgery or something to where they can't necessarily provide for themselves. Let's help get involved and help these guys that have laid down so much for us. So I'm very grateful for our time and for our relationship that we've built and for our progression forward. I'm going to give these guys my personal phone number. So anytime that they choose to go out and help, I hope to be there also. And I will also post all of their upcoming events after we are done being quarantined on our social websites as well. Do you guys have anything you would like to add?
Just one big thing along with that. Unfortunately, due to the quarantine, we've had to cancel so many of our events and our community service deals going on. However, we're still here. We're only a phone call away. Even though normally we meet twice a week, we do not charge dues. We feel when you swore the oath, you paid your dues. We just want your time. But until the crisis with the coronavirus has passed, we are still just a phone call away.
All right. And Phoenix is benefiting from the giveaway. They have won the year membership, and there's two more to give away. So if there is any more nonprofits, put in for the entry, and we hopefully will be meeting soon. So thanks a lot, guys.
Thank
Roy,
you.
Jesse, Jake, we will be seeing you guys later.
Sounds wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you.